Sepanjang masa majlis berlangsung, di samping menjaga SOP yang ditetapkan dan mengikuti acara sehingga tamat, untuk keselesaan semua, mohon letakkan telefon bimbit ke mod senyap. Sekiranya bantuan diperlukan, sila hubungi staf kami. Sementara menunggu majlis bermula, nikmatilah alunan muzik dan tayangan slide. Terima kasih. Selamat datang ke sidang keempat Majlis Konvokesyen Khas Open University Malaysia. Kami memohon kerjasama para hadirin untuk mengambil tempat duduk kerana majlis akan dimulakan sebentar lagi. Terima kasih.
Para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, sementara menunggu majlis bermula, kita ikuti taklimat keselamatan di Pusat Dagangan Dunia Kuala Lumpur.
Welcome to World Trade Center Kuala Lumpur, your preferred world-class venue. As your health and safety are our top priority, please pay attention to this health and safety video. Hi, I'm Paul Menon, and I will walk you through this video, which comprises of two components, which are the standard COVID-19 procedure and our emergency evacuation procedure. The first is the standard COVID-19 procedure. In accordance to the COVID-19 standard operating procedure, SOP, set by the government, we have prepared the necessary facilities to ensure that each and every one of us abide to the SOP to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Number 1, temperature check. Our officers will be placed at entrances to monitor your temperature. If your temperature exceeds 37.5 degrees Celsius, you will not be allowed into our premises and will be advised to seek treatment accordingly. Number 2, please always wear your mask whenever you are in World Trade Center Kuala Lumpur building. Number 3, always practice good hygiene and wash your hands frequently with water and soap. And number 4, practice the correct physical distancing, which is 1 meter apart, and avoid handshakes or any physical touch. For your information, all our halls have been sanitized and disinfected according to the SOP set by the Ministry of Health Malaysia. The second component is the emergency evacuation procedure. If you hear this alarm while you are in the World Trade Center Kuala Lumpur, stay calm. Leave all your belongings and walk to the designated emergency assembly area in a swift and orderly manner. Do not run. Your assembly area is located at Plaza Merdeka Car Park, Level 4. Follow our emergency response team, ERT instructions, to go to your assembly area. Do not worry, as our ERT will be there to assist you. Remember to always follow the procedure and ERT instructions even when you are at the assembly area. That is all from me, Paul Menon. Hope you will have a good time here. And thank you for choosing World Trade Center Kuala Lumpur, your preferred world-class venue.
Perarakan akademik masuk ke Dewan, majlis mohon berdiri.
sekalian, dipersilakan duduk. Perarakan besar masuk ke Dewan, Majlis mohon berdiri.
Perarakan Chancellor masuk ke Dewan, Majlis mohon terus berdiri.
pembelajaran terkini. OUM Perintis Universiti terbuka yang perdana. Warga penyayang penuh dedikasi mendukung nilai murni. Bersama-sama mencapai kejayaan demi kecemerlangan. Program pengajian berkualiti, sistem pembelajaran terkini. OUM Perintis Universiti terbuka yang perdana. OUM Universiti untuk semua.
Sidang hadirin sekalian, dipersilakan duduk.
Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Azman Hashim, Pro-Chancellor. Yang berbahagia Profesor Madya Dr. Ahmad Izani Awang, Presiden dan Naib Chancellor. Ahli-ahli Senat Universiti, dev-dev jemputan, para graduan, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Selamat datang ke Sidang Keempat Konvokesyen Khas. Kami merakamkan ucapan terima kasih dan setinggi-tinggi penghargaan atas kehadiran para hadirin sekalian bagi menyerikan majlis yang bersejarah ini.
Bacaan doa dipersilakan Dr. Wan Muhammad Ubaidillah Wan Abbas.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi dan salam sejahtera. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma ya Allah ya rabbal alamin. Tuhan yang Maha Kuasa, pencipta sekalian alam. Kami bersyukur kepadamu yang telah menciptakan kami sebagai makhluk yang terbaik dan menciptakan alam ini untuk keperluan kami. Ya Allah, ya Syakur, ya Alim. Kami bersyukur kehadratmu, ya Allah. Kerana dengan izinmu jua, maka universiti ini dapat mengadakan majlis Konvokesyen khas ini bagi meraihkan kejayaan pelajar-pelajarnya. Kami juga bersyukur kerana dengan limpah kurnia-Mu jua, para graduan telah berjaya mengharungi berbagai rintangan untuk menyempurnakan pengajian sehingga berjaya dan menerima anugerah pada hari ini. Ya Allah, ya Waliyat Taufiq, kami bermohon kehadrat-Mu agar memberi petunjuk kepada para graduan supaya mereka dapat bekerja dengan lebih baik dan penuh dedikasi dalam lapangan masing-masing demi untuk kemajuan agama, bangsa dan negara. Ya Allah, ya Qawi, ya Aziz, kurniakanlah kekuatan kepada kami warga OUM agar dapat menjalankan amanah dengan penuh tekun, sabar dan dedikasi. Satukanlah hati-hati kami, kuatkan semangat kami untuk terus berjuang dalam memberi pendidikan sepanjang hayat kepada masyarakat. Ya Allah, jadikan negara kami ini negara yang maju, makmur dan aman damai serta mendapat keredaan-Mu. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Terima kasih.
Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Sidang hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, dipersilakan Presiden dan Naib Chancellor Yang berbahagia Profesor Madya Dr. Ahmad Izani Awang untuk mengumumkan tujuan majlis dan menyampaikan ucapan alu-aluan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang bahagia Tan Sri Azman Hashim, Pro-Chancellor, ahli-ahli lembaga pengarah dan senat universiti, dev-dev jemputan, pengerusan dan staf universiti, para graduan dan keluarga, serta tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Selamat datang ke sidang keempat Majlis Konvokesyen Khas Open University Malaysia. Terlebih dahulu, kami seluruh warga OUM dengan besar hati mengalu-alukan kehadiran yang berbahagia Tan Sri Pro-Chancellor serta para jemputan ke Majlis Konvokesyen Khas yang diadakan untuk kumpulan graduan ke-24 dan 25. Sesungguhnya kehadiran semua sudah pasti menyerikan lagi detik yang penuh bersejarah ini. Sidang hadirin sekalian, tujuan sidang konvokesyen ini adalah untuk menganugerahkan ijazah-ijazah kepada 356 graduan dalam 7 program. Pada konvokesyen kali ini, terdapat sejumlah 7,549 graduan yang tersenarai di dalam buku konvokesyen. Bilangan graduan yang besar pada konvokesyen ini melambangkan dedikasi OUM dalam usaha mendemokrasikan pendidikan tinggi. Walaupun pandemik COVID-19 telah memberi kesan yang besar kepada sistem pendidikan di Malaysia dan global, OUM kekal sebagai peneraju institusi pendidikan terbuka dan jarak jauh. Justru, kami ingin menyarankan agar semua graduan mengamalkan pembelajaran sepanjang hayat. Meskipun ini merupakan hari untuk bergembira, ia tidak menandakan tamatnya proses pembelajaran saudara-saudari. Masih banyak lagi yang perlu dipelajari dan dicapai. Kami mendoakan agar segala usaha para graduan akan mencapai kejayaan. Kepada semua alumni, saya menjemput saudara-saudari untuk terus menyambung pelajaran di OUM ke peringkat yang seterusnya dan menikmati tawaran diskaun pengajian yang disediakan khas untuk alumni dan keluarga. Sekali lagi, saya ucapkan terima kasih yang tidak terhingga kepada Yang Bahagia Tan Sri Pro-Chancellor kerana mempengerusikan sesi ini. Sukacita saya mohon izin Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Pro-Chancellor untuk menyampaikan ucapan serta mengisytiharkan pembukaan sidang keempat Majlis Konvokesyen Khas ini dan seterusnya menganugerahkan ijazah sarjana, sarjana muda dan diploma seperti yang dinyatakan kepada graduan yang tersenarai di dalam buku Konvokesyen. Dipersilakan Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Pro-Chancellor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang bahagia Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Izani Awang, President and Vice Chancellor OUM, board members and members of the University Senate, graduates and family members, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. Terlebih dahulu, marilah kita melafazkan kesyukuran kepada Allah yang Maha Esa kerana dengan limpah karunia-Nya kita dapat meraihkan pencapaian para graduan di Majlis Konvokesyen Khas ini. Tahniah atas kejayaan para graduan dalam menamatkan pengajian. Majlis Konvokesyen adalah saat yang ditunggu-tunggu kerana ia merupakan kemuncak kepada usaha gigih lebih bertahun-tahun saudara-saudari sekalian. Syabas. Dear graduates, firstly I'd like to congratulate Yang Bahagia Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Izani Awang on his promotion and appointment as the new President and Vice Chancellor of OUM. Being an existing senior management staff of OUM, he already knows OUM very well indeed. And I look forward to his leadership in taking OUM to another level of success in the future. Congratulations. A total of 366 graduates from 7 programs will be receiving your scrolls at this session. And many of you have successfully completed programs in business administration, education, Islamic studies, and also occupational safety and health. My congratulations to you and, of course, to your family members who must have helped you to achieve this success today. Your commitment and determination have finally borne fruit. Well done. Most of you are working people and many with families as well. So OUM graduates are a different lot actually compared to the conventional universities. And you have shown more determination and commitment because of the challenges you have to face during your studies. I can empathize with you because when I was doing my course in the younger days in Australia, at a chartered accountancy, in articleship, I was required to work full-time for 5 years and have 2 weeks a year leave. Those days, we don't have e-learning. We had night classes and correspondence courses. But it was okay. I found it challenging, of course, but being young and single and with no responsibilities, I managed to get through it. But I can imagine in your case, you got these additional challenges of being with families and children perhaps, and working full-time. So I really take off my hat to you for your achievement. You have really shown that you are committed to make the sacrifices and go through the challenges to be graduating today. So once again, congratulations. At this stage of my speech, I come to the place where I pass on some messages, pesanan, yes? Some pesanan to you. At this time I got 4 pesanan. I may be talking to the converted because you might be very well aware of these 4 pesanan. In any case, you can still pass it on to other people, especially young people who might benefit from these messages. The first message I have is about lifelong learning, I think which the President of BC mentioned just now. This is, of course, part of OUM's vision, lifelong learning for everybody. So the fact that you receive your scroll today, of course, marks one chapter of your learning. You have graduated, but it's really probably the beginning of another bigger chapter of learning because now you're facing the rest of your life. in which learning is still required. Henry Ford of Ford Motors in the old days said, "You are old when you stop studying, whether you're 20 or 80. So you want to be young, keep studying, at least in the mind." Today is a very fast-changing world. The digital space, IT, internet, things change very fast. New things come on the scene. And if you don't keep up, you get left behind. You become out of date, you become irrelevant. It's a challenge, but also exciting because the new things bring on opportunities for everybody. But you've got to be rare, you've got to be ready to take it on. And the environment becomes more and more competitive for you. You have to compete with the colleagues here, with the graduates outside from other universities, the government one, as well as private one. We have many private universities, as well as graduates coming in back from overseas. So you have to be equipping yourself to be competitive. And these skills that you learn from now on, additional skills, additional knowledge, they are not wasted. They are additional value to you. Any additional knowledge you have on anything, not just what you're doing now, anything else you do is equipping yourself for your future life in a better way. Added value to yourself, added value to your family then automatically, and to the organization that you work with, and eventually to the country itself. That is how we can become a knowledge-based economy, Malaysia. Without the knowledge, improving skills, keeping it up to date, we cannot be. Knowledge economy country is some country which is up to date in everything, knowledge, skills. And that for that to happen, we, the population, have to be up there. One good example of lifelong learning to me is our own Tun Mahathir. He is now 96. But you must remember when he retired as a prime minister and then became re-elected again, that was 16 years later. There was a break of 16 years. And when we took on the job of prime minister again, the first day he went to office, he hit the ground running, meaning it was as if he never left the office. He up to date on everything, on how the economy is doing, not only in Malaysia but internationally. What is the political situation everywhere, internally, externally, anything. And he can answer you any question you ask him. 16 years. In that period, he was still learning, he was still acquiring knowledge, still inquiring. Great example of lifelong learning. Well, take myself. I, of course, not so young either, 82. I'm still learning. Because if I don't learn the things that are happening today, I'll be out of date, I'll be irrelevant. People don't have to refer to me at all because I wouldn't know what to talk about. Subjects like, let me see now, cyber security, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, robotics, takaful, it's not new, so Sharia, not new, but for me it's new. And it's very much moving in the banking world. So these things are new to me. And I have to learn, I have to listen to lectures, read articles. At my age, no choice, I'm still in the financial world. If I don't know these things, I'm irrelevant, out of date. There's a quotation I'd like to read to you. You can teach a student a lesson a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process as long as he lives. So the important thing is to get the young person to be curious, wanting to learn, wanting to know. Of course, here the teachers, our teachers, the graduate teachers especially, have got a great opportunity to do this because they come face to face with the young people in their classes every day. Is to get those young people to be curious, to want to know, to want to learn. Once they have that desire, then they're on their own. They will do it. Desire to know, to learn, curious about what's happening, why it happens. So learning is a lifelong thing, very important. But what is the best avenue to learn, to acquire this knowledge? This is my next message. It is through the English language. No arguments, I think, because 80% of the world's knowledge can be accessed through the English language. So if you are wanting to acquire knowledge, you want to learn, you are not proficient in the English language, you are handicapping yourself terribly compared to other people. It's a big handicap because you don't have access to the knowledge that's available out there. People will be acquiring knowledge, going forward, you are standing still. I have talked about this for years, many years in the convocation, about our standard of English in Malaysia, it's gone down very clearly. It's unfortunate. Everybody knows that. The leaders know that. Not only that, they know the reasons, they know the solution. And every time a new leader perhaps comes on board, he says, we will reform education in Malaysia, reform. But it doesn't happen because it's sensitive. The reform might lead to loss of votes. So it's held back. Held back for how long? This already, I think we lost a generation or more of young people who are not proficient. And it's not being corrected yet. So, if the curriculum is not sufficient, it's there, but maybe not adequate, we have to try and ensure that the young people do more on their own to improve their proficiency by reading, writing, conversation, watching English TV programs, whatever. And of course, to encourage them to be curious, to want to know, to want to learn. If they do that, and through access to the English information, that will improve their proficiency. That alone, reading about this and that in the internet or Google, YouTube, but in English, they'll improve their English. So create that curiosity and tell them, you can get all the information you want, all the information, all the news you need, go to Google, to YouTube, you find out and read about it. That alone will be a great help. See, as it is now, we find that I'm in the private sector, we find that the graduates, many might be graduates, but still not proficient in the language. When we come to interviews, not able to express themselves, explain things in English. So in the private sector, they are losers. Private sector will take on those who are proficient in English because there are so many graduates out there from private universities in Malaysia, for example, and others, or from overseas that are proficient. So they get the advantage. So those not proficient probably end up with the government service. But today you can find already the effects of it. Even upper levels of civil service, you find the proficiency is lacking. Anyway, English language by itself, it's a nice thing to have, even though not for commercial purpose, just for your own knowledge, it's great. It's a beautiful language. You can have access to classic novels, poetry, sonnets. Shakespeare, by the way, Shakespeare. I had to do Shakespeare exams when I was doing school in Malaysia. Do the exam, Cambridge exams. You have to sit tests on Shakespeare's Macbeth or Romeo and Juliet. But today, I'm not sure how many young people know about Shakespeare. It's a pity. So that's the second message about English language. It's not just the language, it is accessibility to knowledge. If you want to have knowledge, if you want to be up in life, it's through English language. So it ties up with lifelong learning. Next one for me, my pesanan is on good values. Unfortunately, this is another area where in Malaysia, the good values are going down. What are some of the good values? Honesty, integrity, accountability. Very basic things. And those are going down. Of course, one of the culprits of this is because of corruption. When you talk about values, corruption is one of them. Very big one. And it is a very big thing in Malaysia today. So that is causing a lot of the values to come down, because corruption means you have none of these qualities. You are dishonest, you're not accountable, all sorts of things, negatives. Therefore, corruption creates all these negative values, unfortunately. But simple, even among our young people, a few years ago, there was a survey done at two separate universities. The students were asked two questions. Will you accept a bribe? Will you give a bribe? And the majority said yes. I think today, if we did the same survey, it would have been worse. Because since then, so many other things have happened, bigger things, corrupting things have happened. These are young people. And this is the environment we are in. It's getting worse, not better. One simple example, this is a smaller one, is students, who took the study loan. I got the figures 2 years ago. The figure now it might be more, about 5 or 6 billion ringgit outstanding, not repaid. Over 600,000 students who graduated and working, not paying back a cent, depriving other eligible students to get a loan because this fund is revolving. So that is also another indication of where is the values there, You've done everything, you graduated, and you are able to pay something. But the government is very relaxed. They give all sorts of taxation discount. At the end also, they lost their patience. They said, okay, you fellas, we take your passport, you cannot go travel overseas. By the way, if you steal billions of dollars, they will give back your passports to you, and you can travel, by the way. So, this corruption thing now, come to corruption because we're down to that, under values is, you can see so many examples of it in Malaysia. The court cases on every day, something new, and the queues of cases waiting to be tried. Some coming on, we know that there's some coming on. 1MDB is still going on. We got the Mara, Tabu Haji. Tabu Haji, this money is there from the people who want to go to Hajj, savings. That money also they can take. Where is the values there of these people? And many of them, pray 5 times a day, never miss a day fasting, go to Umrah, even Hajj, Woo. When it comes to this, stealing money is stealing. Okay, how can that be? Where is the values there? Not only that, some of them are very proud to boast about what they have. Salary earners, showing off their expensive cars and houses, regular trips with whole family overseas holidays. So, you can see this happening around you, those who are salary earners. How come they can live such an expensive life? It's all over the place. So we used to say, Malaysia boleh. I think it was when we won football, Malaysia boleh. Actually now it's come to, in Malaysia, semua pun boleh. Semua pun boleh. Because of corruption. Because of corruption, anything can happen. That's why we are losing so much money, billions of dollars, because of corruption. People with power, with holding in position, decision-making, they let go, and we lose billions. And who's going to pay for this? Our grandchildren, all this debt. We are passing on the burden to our grandchildren to pay off these things. In the meantime, if corruption goes worse, the country will go down the drain, the economy will go down the drain. It will be more and more difficult to pay off these debts. We can become a banana republic. Look at Venezuela, rich country, a lot of oil. Today they're bankrupt. Corruption. It can really ruin us if not corrected. By the way, there's a new catchphrase. That was Malaysia boleh. The new one is, malu apa? What shame? What shame? Malu apa? Imagine that. We seem to have no more shame on anything. We are not shameful anymore. We should be. In the world today, we are one of the worst countries for corruption. Up there. The 1MDB scandal is the biggest amount stolen from a country on record in the world. What are we proud of? Should be shameful. Not only that, I think when we go overseas, people ask us, we cannot answer also. Malu apa? So, just like COVID-19, which is now pandemic, we have to live with it. Maybe we are all hoping that it become endemic so that we treat it like a cold. So is our corruption. I think our corruption already endemic. In other words, no more pandemic. It's part of our life, part of our culture, part of our community, like common cold. It's there all the time, which is terrible. The only way to stop this is to start the young people, especially to believe that there should be zero tolerance on corruption. Zero. And a good example of this is in Singapore, from their independence until today, I think you can say that we have almost zero corruption. Why? How? We did have a chance to ask Lee Kuan Yew when he came here once to talk with businessmen. So we asked him, how did you stop corruption? He said, oh, corruption is a very difficult thing. You have to start it very, very early at the start. So when they were independent, got the independence on that, one of their ministers did something wrong and he was penalized, and he came to Lee Kuan Yew crying, wanting to be let off. Lee Kuan Yew said no, and the minister committed suicide. He didn't say he was sorry, Kuan Yew, but he said that was one sort of lesson. But until today, Singapore is a clean country, probably one of the cleanest in the world in terms of corruption. And besides that, for example, on racial and religious issues, I think we have tougher laws than Singapore, but they are very rigid. Anybody open their mouth and talk about sensitive things that can create trouble on religion or race, immediately arrested, locked up. Here in Malaysia, because people want to politicize things to get votes, become heroes, they politicize these racial issues, these issues, and make statements all over the place. Every state wants to say something. Fatwa here also. Some are okay, some are looking very not right, but nobody counters them. The thing stays, Of course, it upsets a lot of people. These are sensitive issues. But nobody says that's not correct. No, the leaders dare not, because sensitive. It might affect the voters, their voters. That's why today I think we are in a worse state than before in terms of our harmony, because this thing is not being attended to, sensitive. So people keep on saying sensitive things. Nobody counters it. Leaders, I mean. By the way, on this catchphrase, there is one catchphrase that I like very much, and that belongs to OUM. I think if you look at your mask there, it said, semua boleh. Tapi semua boleh belajar. So I think that's a great thing. That one you can use. Malu apa? Cannot. All right, so I come to my last pesanan. This is about health. This is a simpler matter. Because OUM graduates, you are a different lot, You go through more sacrifices and challenges because you're working people, your families. But because of that, you're also in an older group, more susceptible to illness and diseases. So you have to watch this, because if you're ill, not able to apply your knowledge, not able to work, instead of being an asset to the family, you'll become a liability to meet all your medical bills and so on. And all the sacrifices, the learning is wasted. So health comes very, very important for the future. Why I'm talking about health? Because particularly now focusing on diabetes. Because I have two sisters, they're twins, doctors by the way. One died. Basic cause, diabetes. Once you get bad there, it affects your heart, your kidneys, The other twin is now on dialysis already. Diabetes. So we are very bad. Malaysia is the worst country in South Asia on obesity and diabetes. It goes together, this one. And it doesn't take much to check. You can check your sugar content, blood test. You can buy the kit from the chemist shop, cheap one. Just take a drop, small drop of blood. You check how much sugar you got in your blood, that's all. If it's too high, then you better control your food, your diet. And that is all. No exams, no sacrifices. Just discipline what you eat and some exercise. But it is a danger. The authorities tell me that millions are diabetic in Malaysia, but millions more probably diabetic but never tested. Because these things are very quiet and very nice because, you eat sweet things, very beautiful. We like sweet things, sugar, our diet. Very nice to eat. And it suddenly hits you, your kidney failure or what, and then it gets very difficult. So check your sugar content in the blood and watch your diet. Because young graduates, you are in that category, the period where easy to gain weight, and things like that. So apply some discipline. So these are the 4 pesanan I've got. In case you know all about it already, please pass it on to the younger people who might benefit from it. Okay, this afternoon session we have a number of graduates in various sectors in the field of management. So let me just say a few words about management. Of course, technically, management means administration and controlling of businesses and organization. And of course, it covers entrepreneurs who run their business. They have to manage as well. But it covers a very broad area of subjects and applicable to a broad range and types of organizations and businesses. So the technical parts of it include planning, financing, organizing, production, marketing, all sorts of things, etc., etc. But to me, I feel the most important thing about management is people, the people factor. Most important. Of course, the technical part is important, but without the people side being attended to properly, then it will be difficult to get a real success. So relationships with people is important. Do you have respect for people, whatever their level in life? Respect for people. Are you fair-minded? Do you bully people around? Do you push your weight around? Things like that. And managing also means you are a leader when you manage anything. By the way, when you talk about leader, sometimes I always think, I'm not a leader. But actually, almost everybody is a leader. If you are head of the family, the father, the children, you are a leader of the family. If you have a section in the office, 6 people under you, you are a leader of them. Once you are a leader like that, you have responsibilities of a leader. You have to be a good role model, do the right things, not show the wrong things, and treat them correctly. That's the people part, so that you can get their cooperation and their support. So leadership is important. And remember, almost every one of you is a leader in one sense or the other. So just what point I want to bring forward is the people factor, leadership factor in management, besides the technical things that you have learned. which are also very important, of course. And two quotations from on management. This one says, and I say that one of the great lessons I've learned over the past couple of decades from a management perspective is that really when you come down to it, it really is all about people and about leadership. Another one says, managers have traditionally developed the skills in finance, planning, marketing, production techniques, etc. Too often, relationships in with their people have been assigned to a secondary role. This is too important a subject not to receive first-line attention. So, don't forget people and how you relate with them. Okay, that's the end of my speech, actually. Now, it is with great pleasure that I declare all graduates as members of the OUM alumni. I hope you will do your best to serve the society and country as part of this alumni, which already has more than 90,000 members. Once again, I join everyone here in offering you our congratulations to all the graduates. I wish you all the best. I hope you will have a very bright future. Thank you. Dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, saya mengisytiharkan Konvokesyen Khas Open University Malaysia bersidang semula. Dengan kuasa yang ada pada saya menganugerahkan ijazah sarjana, sarjana muda dan diploma seperti yang dinyatakan kepada graduan. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Pro-Chancellor.
Majlis diteruskan dengan persembahan multimedia. Hadirin dimohon terus berada di tempat duduk.
The biggest challenge I faced during my studies, I would have to say, is juggling my time.
First sem and second sem, masa tu saya memang pregnant. Lepas tu I macam struggle sangat nak belajar tu.
OUM is one of the stressed area. If you fail to manage your time, that's it.
It depends on what you're aiming for, all right? Some people aim for quality education, but how do you define quality education?
Hi, I'm Sophia.
My name is Reynolds Tu and I am 30 years old.
Nama saya Tamin Selvi, umur saya 40.
Nama saya Chantan, anak lelaki Turai Raju.
So I have joined OUM in year 2017 in the Master of Counseling program.
And I'm a Bachelor of English Studies OUM graduate.
Diploma HRM here and then continue the HRM Bachelor here also.
Diploma habis in 98. Saya study degree 2014. There's a big huge gap. I totally lost my education environment. Tiba-tiba masuk, then I firstly struggle lah to study.
I just wanted to complete my tertiary education. I wanted to improve my skills, gain more knowledge, and at the same time I saw many of my friends graduating and I never had the experience, so I wanted that for myself.
In OUM, while I was still studying, I had a lot of mentors from directors and friends and everybody who's inspiring, like a Catholic nun and things like that.
For me, this is almost 1 year I have to adapt this culture and then I have to plan my life to study. Walaupun ini online, kita belajar tapi memang tutor kita banyak tolong kita.
Basically all I needed was an internet connection and all the materials or resources were at my fingertips. The digital library was so well equipped. At the same time, if I wanted to get in touch with my tutor or my peers, I just logged on to the MyVLE, the forum, and yeah, I'm basically in a classroom.
Since then, I've actually met many different kinds of people and that my life has changed significantly.
Further study part-time is not like a full-time student. It's very difficult. You must manage your time, otherwise you are stressed. So I cuba ikut apa yang mereka OEM beritahu.
Actually, I really struggled, but very happy to be continue study because you have to achieve something, right?
I really appreciated that the university was very flexible. So OUM's distant and online learning allowed me the flexibility to actually travel and yet study at the same time. I did not have to give up one dream to fulfill another dream.
Once I did my diploma, OUM offer me 18 subject can credit transfer. Siapa yang boleh bagi? Universiti lain boleh bagi ke? I'm not sure about that.
So, apa yang saya dapat ni hari ini adalah OEM yang ajar saya. Orang kata, OEM is nothing lah. No, saya adalah satu benih daripada OEM yang setia kepada OEM.
This is an academia. It is something that is really different. Maybe you can't find an academia like this.
I'm glad to be OEM student.
And you need to be proud to be an OUM alumni.
We are all going to be greater people in the future that provides our services to the society.
What I know, I want to teach my children.
There's no such thing as, oh, that phase of my life has passed and that people can only study in their teens or their early 20s. Education is a lifelong process and it is actually the best gift that you can give yourself.
Because in OUM, we cultivate friendship, we cultivate wisdom, and we cultivate respect. Over here, our intellect comes into play, but then meaning in life comes into play as well.
Oh, I achieved something. Yes, I achieved something.
We are not actually promoting OEM. We are promoting education, giving the foundation to the news outside there. People don't know about OEM. And don't forget, you already achieved, got that role in the hand. You must bring one more person that you know is outside to your OEM again.
I always live by Mahatma Gandhi's words, live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever.
And it is also great that you have to tell a great story for your own life. So I bid you welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Penganugerahan ijazah sarjana, sarjana muda dan diploma. Dipersilakan yang berbahagia Tan Sri Pro-Chancellor.
Fakulti Sains Gunaan, Sarjana Pengurusan Projek.
Chin Xiao Juan lulus dengan cemerlang. Huan Li Ching lulus dengan cemerlang. Liu Mei Yun lulus dengan cemerlang. Romziman bin Mohammed lulus dengan cemerlang. Azrul Faiz Azman, Hayati binti Ibrahim, Ahmad Faizal bin Azmi, Aaron anak lelaki Michael Das, Azizul bin Abu Hassan, Azmil bin Ahmad Zaharuddin, Liu Kian Peng, Lucas Liu Chin Choi, Ho Wee Kun, Muhammad Azwan Afendi bin Jamaluddin. Muhammad Ismail bin Muhammad Sabri. Muhammad Kamal bin Musa. Lina Teo Lei Hui. Muhammad Nur Syafiq bin Muhammad Nazri. Mustafa bin Muhammad Saad. Norazlina binti Matsani. Ramesh, son of Surya Narayanan. Tanasilan, anak lelaki Pushpadasan. Mahayuddin bin Muhammad Noor. Marzia Zaman bin Abdul Malik.
Sarjana Pengurusan Risiko Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerjaan.
Nur Khairiyah binti Mustafa lulus dengan cemerlang. Nur Syahidah binti Muhammad Bashar lulus dengan cemerlang. Balachandar anak lelaki Govinda Raju lulus dengan cemerlang. Cyril Angki anak Tan lulus dengan cemerlang. Raja Segaran anak lelaki Murali Daran lulus dengan cemerlang. Wong Yung Cheng lulus dengan cemerlang. Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Samsudin lulus dengan cemerlang. Muhammad Razman bin Ismail lulus dengan cemerlang. Navin Nath anak lelaki Gopinathan lulus dengan cemerlang. Eng Hui Fang lulus dengan cemerlang. Peter anak Bisop lulus dengan cemerlang. Subhash anak lelaki Saralan lulus dengan cemerlang. Suresh Kumar anak lelaki Vasudevan lulus dengan cemerlang. Tan Vincent lulus dengan cemerlang. Wahyu Hidayat binti Muhammad lulus dengan cemerlang. Yoh Chin Ka lulus dengan cemerlang. Zaliza binti Zanil lulus dengan cemerlang. Azizan Yahya Denver William Unsa. Suhaimizam bin Abdul Rahman. Marcus Ngau Leng. Kamarudin bin Said. Diana Singgar anak Anbira Mawar. Hassan bin Ismail. Johnny Atingkading, Junaidi bin Jamaluddin, Katiresen anak lelaki Kupusami, Kavirani Nadarajan Moni, Kavita anak perempuan Subramaniam, Kogilavani anak perempuan Ramakrishnan, Lokman Shabli bin Said Akil, Muhammad Afiq Ashraf bin Muhammad Nazi, Muhammad Azam bin Muhammad Tahir, Muhammad Hafzul Fariz bin Muhammad Adnan, Muhammad Zaidin bin Muhammad Yunus, Muhammad Zailani bin Abdullah, Muhammad Syukri bin Ghazali, Murali anak lelaki Mutali, Nachimutu anak lelaki Perumal, Nizam Kasran, Nurul Syahrizal bin Abdullah, Prakash anak lelaki Palanivelu, Rauda binti Muhammad Noor, Saravanan anak lelaki Subramaniam, Subashini daughter of Srinivasan, Suhaizal bin Baharim, Syazan Nadia binti Syamsurija, Sylvester Chula anak Daniel, Zainadi bin Zakaria, Anbarasi Perumal, P. Varatarajan anak lelaki Ponen,
Fakulti Perniagaan dan Pengurusan, Sarjana Muda Pentadbiran Perniagaan dengan Kepujian,
Adelita Anissa binti Fauzil, Ahmad Fahmi bin Daud, Ahmad Huzaimi bin Nazir, Aidawati binti Mansur, Aiman Hawa binti Zamani, Ainun Sarah binti Syaudi, Amirah Sahira binti Muhammad Adli, Amirul Akmal Louis Abdullah, Anis Fahmi bin Ahmad, Arishinia anak perempuan Ganison, Arman Ahmadi bin Akbar Jahan, Atiquator anak jantan, Azahar bin Abu Hassan, Azilah binti Yasinan Elias Jasman, Aznizam bin Muhammad Senin, Aziyati binti Hamzah, Buayi Ting Chong Ying, Citra Devi anak perempuan Subramaniam, Kristi binti Nilus, Depti anak perempuan Ganapati Rao, Devagi anak perempuan Kanabati, Fahadatul Aisyah binti Ahmad, Tan Hui Lan, Lim Sing Wei, Banupriya Kanisen, Faisal bin Nurdin, Faizal Izham bin Muhammad Yusof, Faridah binti Abdul Wahab, Fuzi Chia Xiaolan, Nurhaslinda binti Suhairi, Jivita anak perempuan Sivanathan, Hairul Anwar bin Abdul Jalil, Hashim bin Atan, Irna Marisa binti Muhammad Nazri, Iswahida Ismail, Jamilah binti Ibrahim, Jenny anak Johem, Jurina binti Jaya, Liu Mi Yung, Muhammad Hazlan bin Pak Wanci, Matthew Oswaldo Vilaski, Maziahtun Akmar binti Muhammad Ikram, Miswan bin Mahfud, Kavita anak perempuan Rajan, Muhammad Nazih bin Abdul Rahman, Moliza binti Muhammad Yusof, Muhammad Farih bin Muhammad Fakri, Muhammad Fikri bin Rosli, Muhammad Nurzayani bin Alwi, Munira binti Abdul Malik, Murni binti Rozlan, Musliati binti Muslimin, Nur Hafizah binti Bab Hashim, Nur Hazirah binti Mat Daud, Nuraliza binti Alias, Nur Hashimah binti Nordin, Nur Hayati Syamimi binti Rahim, Nur Sidah binti Nayan, Nishantini anak perempuan Rajandiran, Nur Adlina binti Muhammad Zawidi, Nur Atikah Suhailah binti Ibrahim, Nur Fadilah binti Zainal Abidin, Nur Liana binti Anwar, Nur Malisa Sufia binti Ana, Nur Fazira binti Hussein, Nurul Shilawati binti Tambizi, Nurul Syuhada binti Khalid, Priscilla binti Willid Broad, Rina Anbualagan, Sia Guan Heng, Riana Nur Asmawanis binti Abdul Kadir, Rusmani binti Benijin, Safwan bin Siriman, Saltini binti Ramli, Selatumari anak perempuan Mahemades, Shalini anak perempuan Rajan, Fairuz binti Idris, Akidah binti Hakikat, Muhammad Aufa bin Hashim, Nurul Faizah binti M. Ahmad, Kalimah binti Sadiman, Mohana Devi anak perempuan Kandasami, Nurul Syazwani binti Muhammad, Farah Wahida binti Uthman, Mazalina binti Mahali, Suhada binti Muhammad Nur, Siti Nur Ihsan binti Muhammad Jali, Siti Haidah binti Abdullah, Siti Ana Suha binti Sa'ari, Sigang Tu, Tang Li Hong, Tan Pei Yu, Susilawati binti Khamis, Suryani binti Muhammad Rosli, Suhana binti Muhammad Adini, Zatul Itri binti Radwan, Wong Wee Yan, Timira Burai anak Jimbai,
Majlis diteruskan dengan persembahan multimedia. Hadirin dimohon terus berada di tempat duduk.
I would like to thank really OUM for the opportunity, the support, the care. From the very first day of the program, we've obtained support from OUM, particularly in terms of the textbook, without forgetting the Sanusi library, digital library, and also the follow-up of the supervisor.
Terima kasih, penganugerahan diteruskan.
Fakulti Pendidikan dan Sains Sosial. Sarjana Muda Pendidikan, Pentadbiran Pendidikan dengan Kepujian.
Dayangku Juwairia binti Musa. Iviana Giang anak Jimmy Hampson. Nandini anak perempuan Ananda Raja. Nurhayati binti Miurah. Nurul Ain binti Muhammad Hatta. Peter Chua Kim Yin. Tan Ge Kim. Salfahrina binti Ruhili. Sandra anak Kasa. Syahrul Nizam bin Samsudin. Siu Bun Chai. Sharifah Syahira binti Said Muhammad Fauzi. Violet Lee. Wina anak Tarut.
Sarjana Muda Pengajian Islam, Pengurusan Islam dengan Kepujian.
Mastura binti Mat Dali, lulus dengan cemerlang. Muhammad Arif bin Azmi, lulus dengan cemerlang. Afifah Hana binti Ernest Sinaga. Afzain Nizam bin Tua. Ahmad Saufi bin Muhammad Ghazali. Amran bin Yusof. Ayuni binti Idris. Azilah binti Asrah. Azlinda binti Cik Aziz. Azura binti Kalam. Badrul Hisham bin Ibrahim. Farhana binti Khalid. Fatin Nadira binti Naim. Aris Fizul bin Ismail. Hasmah binti Muhammad Akhir. Nurafikah binti Muhammad Aini. Nurzila binti Zainab. Hairu Amri bin Saadun. Muhammad bin Abdullah. Nurul Syifa binti Husni. Siti Nur Nadirah binti Tumiran. Dayang Suhaila binti Awang Suang. Fakrusi Syakirin bin Ramli. Fatikah binti Yusof. Fazlina binti Mahmud, Hashim bin Hussein, Imtinan Nabiha binti Khalil, Isa bin Abdul Hamid, Jauriyah binti Abdul Aziz, Mahathir bin Lokman, Maimunah binti Sudin, Maizatul Ain binti Azhar, Masni binti Yusin, Masyuri binti Suhaimi, Mazni binti Ramli, Mat Razi bin A. Bakar, Muhammad bin Jusoh, Muhammad Nur Azwan bin Haji Nasir, Muhammad Razi bin Abdul Rahim, Muhammad Hizwan bin Jahaya, Muhammad Robi bin Akil, Muhammad Hazwan bin Mustafa, Muhammad Syukri bin Muhammad Sahar, Nur Zulaika binti Muhammad Akram, Nur Jamilah binti Kadenin alias Denin, Nur Asia Syakirah binti Muhammad Nasri, Nur Azila binti Muhammad, Nur Hanim binti Adnan, Nur Madiah binti Mat Saleh, Nurul Amira binti Yazid, Nur Adibah binti Haji Kamarul Baharin, Nur Insyirah Najwa binti Uthman, Nur Jannah binti Abdullah, Nur Jannatul Naim binti Muda, Nur Nadira binti Rohaizat, Nur Nadia Monica binti Abdullah, Nurul Aini Syakirah binti Syamsuddin, Raziah binti Zainal Karib, Robiah binti Ismail, Rohafizal binti Abdul Wahab, Roziah binti Hussein, S. Suzi binti Sahlan, Saifullah bin Abdul Rahman, Sakinatul Hashimah binti Hashim, Syahriah binti Syahid Khalim Shah, Syahyira Natasha binti Wan Sofian, Siti Aisyah binti Mamat alias Awang. Siti Atirah binti Muhammad Anwar. Siti Balkis binti Jasmani. Siti Hajar binti Ibrahim. Siti Khairun Nisa binti Rasul. Siti Nur Nadiah binti Hanafi. Siti Nur Farihin binti Zulkefli. Siti Syahirah binti Muhammad Rozli. Siti Syuhada binti Muhammad Rozli. Sumarani binti Abdul Dahlan. Yatimah binti Pardi. Zubaidah binti Matrawi. Noraiman binti Abdul Rahman. Mazan bin Mat Isa alias Mat Desa. Zulkifli bin Hashim.
Sarjana Muda Pengajian Melayu dengan kepujian.
Hasfarina binti Abdul Rahman. Muhammad Rani bin Muhammad Tahir. Murugan anak lelaki Aplahidu. Syarizan Ahmad. Siti Zuria binti Awang. Syahrizal Kasim.
Diploma Pendidikan Awal Kanak-kanak.
Li Hui lulus dengan cemerlang. Alice Louis Siu Lei. Amira Jasmine binti Mat Jamal. Anisah binti Wasis. Anita binti Abdullah. Anne Lacey anak Kian. Ashwinisri anak perempuan Tiagarajan. Azura binti Kamarudin. Bakiawati anak perempuan Haridas. Chan Mi Yeng, Cik Azlina binti Cik Abdullah, Cik Zaitun binti Cik Abdullah, Karina binti Muhammad Noor, Cok Lei Ling, Cok Lei Mun, Chong Pei Ying, Gui Lei Hong, Haine binti Diwa, Hamiza binti Muhammad Arsau, Hamizatun Nisa binti Harun, Han Chiu Li, Haryani binti Abdullah, Hasnah binti Cik La, Hao Hui Ching, Intan Syarina binti Syahrizan, Jailani binti Abdul Rahman, Hawazi binti Zahari, Helen Chia, Jaya Malar anak perempuan Govindan, Kumari anak perempuan Supia, Kamarian Nur binti Muhammad Nur, Li Fung Ping, Kuo Jiahui, Lili Fahami Mira binti Mustafa, Leong Choi Ted, Linor binti Mahmud, Loh Xiao Yun, Lau Gim Ti, Lau Kui Yong, Marshila binti Zakaria, Mahfuzah binti Moki Ramin, Mas Linda binti Mesni, Mimi Karmila binti Tarmizi, Jaslyn anak perempuan Nana Pragasam,
Dan yang akhir sekali,
Lim Xiu Bi,
Terima kasih.
pengisytiharan penangguhan Konvokesyen dipersilakan Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Pro Chancellor.
Sidang hadirin sekalian dan dihormati, dengan ini saya mengisytiharkan Konvokesyen Khas Open University Malaysia ditangguhkan. Wassalamualaikum, terima kasih.
Negaraku dan para rakan keluar Dewan, Majlis mohon berdiri.
Puan-puan hadirin sekalian, demikianlah berakhirnya sidang keempat Konvokesyen Khas Open University Malaysia. Harap maklum bahawa gerai jualan cenderamata sedang berlangsung di ruang lobi aras 4.
Kupon tempat meletak kereta boleh didapati di meja sekretariat yang berada di depan pintu masuk utama Dewan Merdeka Aras 4. Bagi pihak pengurusan OEM, kami mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih atas kehadiran sidang hadirin sekalian. Semoga kita bertemu lagi. Benih selasih bersemi di bumi, kuntum mekar di suria pagi.
Jutaan terima kasih dari kami. Panjang umur, kita jumpa lagi.